Hello, JB here, good afternoon and welcome to the kickoff, where we're going to be bringing you action from 5 Northwest teams played in the Premier League this season. They are Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United, Everton and Burnley, and each week we'll be showing you highlights from those 5 Northwest teams as they take on the rest of the Premier League with action as they travel up and down the country. From Granada land, we'll have every game they play each week on the programme here in the Granada region. Add to that, we'll also be keeping an eye on clubs from around the country as well and bring you highlights as well from other clubs as well, but it will be mainly focusing on the Northwest. And our first match today will feature Liverpool against Norwich, and this is chronological. It will feature Liverpool against Norwich, West Ham against Manchester City, Manchester United take on Chelsea, and then Burnley against Southampton from Turf Moor. Those are the 4 fixtures that we'll be covering on the programme this afternoon. And let's go to Anfield, for the game that took place on Friday night between Liverpool and Norwich, newly promoted after 3 years away. A new season, new part of optimism for the new European champions, who have got a very good side again under Jurgen Klopp. Alisson in goal, Alexander-Arnold, Gomez, Van Dijk and Robertson, Henderson, Fabinho and Ronaldo, that dependable 3-man midfield, and an even more dependable front three of Mo Salah, Bobby Firmino and Sadio Mane amongst others. Well, newly promoted Norwich under Daniel Farke line up with the experiencing crew in goal. Then it's Aaron Zinnerman, Godfrey and Byram, Alexander Tete and Kenny McLean, and Bueda, Duda and Cantwell in the midfield, and Timo Pukki with 25 goals last season in the Championship will be hoping to make his mark in the Premier League this season. Well, we're all set to go at Anfield for this opening match of the Premier League season here on the kick-off match, and it's Liverpool in red getting us underway, attacking the Kop in the first half to our right. Norwich, of course, need Italian Canary yellow. This is Firmino with the first shot, and well fielded there by Tim Krul. Duda. Pukki up ahead of him. This is Pukki. Duda, good play, but Bueda, and he's hit the post and cleared away by Robertson. Now Salah, and onside, away from Zinnerman goes Firmino. It's Bobby Firmino, great save, but Mane will score. And the crowd goes wild with glee as Sadio Mane scores the first goal of the new season. There's the save from Krul after Bobby Firmino had beaten the offside try, which clearly didn't work from Norwich's point of view. And the newly promoted side are finding it tough going already in their first game in the Premier League. Harsh lessons will be learned from that, and Mane has put Liverpool into the lead. Here's Bueda now for Norwich, coming up towards the final 10 minutes of the first half. They're still in this game. If they can create a couple of chances, they've got every chance. Alisson with a fist away, but here comes Henderson now for Liverpool, and now the favourites and for the title and the European champions come streaming forward, and here's Bobby Firmino right through a poor gap of the Norwich defence and has scored in absolute beauty, and he gets his goal this time. Bobby Firmino, he's looked lively throughout this first half tonight and gets his reward. Jordan Henderson created the space for him to have a go, and boy did he take that opportunity there. Bobby Firmino, deadly right foot, and past Krul before he could blink. And Liverpool are giving the new boys a harsh lesson on what the Premier League is going to be like for the 9 months that are ahead. 2-0 they lead. McLean, Duda, Pukki, still Thibaut Pukki, and the crosses are, and the Alisson was caught a little bit off guard by that, but he managed to flip it over the crossbar. As we look at the stats there of Bobby Firmino, who's played really well today. 1 from 2, that one of them proving to be a goal. One actually was an assist for Mane's opening goal. Here's Gomez, here's Buena with the corner, and he's in there towards Zinnerman with a header, and wide of the target there for Norwich right at the end of the first half. Let's see what Norwich are made of in the second half. Long ball for Pukki to chase against Gomez. And Gomez has been beaten to it, I think. Pukki's got there first. Pukki! Penalty! Had to be against Joe Gomez. I don't think the referee had much choice. Yellow card for Joe Gomez, although some may argue, maybe a lot of Norwich fans will argue, was that a red card? Well, was it a red card? It was definitely a clear denying of the goal scoring opportunity. That's a controversial decision. And the penalty's awarded now. I believe Pukki's going to come off here, although he is shaping up to take the penalty. I think Barker wants to make the substitutions now, yes. So it means Pukki and Teti will be off, and Dermich and Lucas Rupp will be on. So it looks as if Dermich is going to take the penalty. Let's hope this substitution wasn't hasty. Dermich then. Oh, he's put it in! He's put it wide into the cup. And can you believe that? If only Pukki had been on the field, Norwich might have been back in the game. Another harsh lesson for them to take away tonight. Fabinho, Ronaldo, and onside is Mane. Now then, can they punish Norwich again? Mane, 3-0. That's his second of the game, Liverpool's third, and the points will stay at Anfield on opening night of the season. Away from the defence, and Norwich have been split every time Liverpool have tried to attack this evening, and they've done it to perfection. And what a superb left foot shot. No chance again for Tim Krul. Passed him before he could blink. Jurgen Klopp with the festive celebration and a clap too. And Liverpool now go to 3 goals up with 62 minutes gone. And what can Norwich try and do in terms and get one back, maybe in terms of consolation? Dudo into Pueda. Now Dermich looking to make up for his penalty. First shot was blocked by Van Dijk, and then he smashed it over the top. As Joe Matip about to enter the fray here for Liverpool as a substitute. And Dermich has missed 2 golden opportunities. This is Henderson, Firmino. Salah wants it far side, but good challenge. Now Krul kicks away. Ronaldo winning the ball back rather easily there. Mane looking for Salah on the far side. Oh, he's blazed it, and Salah falls to the ground in frustration, but he doesn't need to worry because the points surely are sealed here, barring accidents. Good effort, but just over. What a lovely picture you just saw there of the Kop. A magnificent sight, all those red scarves. Norwich up a corner in stoppage time. Beleda to take it. Can they at least get some consolation here? Alisson's punch. And that might actually fall for Todd Cantwell here. He's going to get there first against Mane, but unfortunately for him, offside given against Sam Byram. And it just sums up the frustration on Norwich's face. They've been soundly beaten, but if they'd have taken 1 or 2 of their chances, it may have been a different story here at Anfield tonight. As it turned out, it's all over now by the shouting. There goes the full-time whistle. 3-0 Liverpool, they've won. A terrific performance, and the Kop appreciate that. But fair credit to Daniel Farke's Norwich. They gave Liverpool a fright and had 3 or 4 presentable opportunities, including a penalty, which could have put them back in the game at 2-1. But Dermich, who came on as a sub, obviously cold, missed it. 2 goals from Mane, 1 in the first half, the other in the second half, and the other from Bobby Firmino. So the final score then at Anfield, as the Liverpool side get a standing ovation, it's finished Liverpool 3, Norwich City 0. So a good win there for Liverpool, although Norwich will feel very disappointed they didn't get at least a couple of goals out of it, giving themselves a chance of a play. But Mane took his goals well, and Bobby Firmino off the mark as well. So good 3 points for Liverpool. And Norwich, well, they've learned a harsh lesson. They learned a harsh lesson on Friday night, that's for sure. Right, we're now going down to the capital for our first visit down to the capital this evening. We're going down to the London Stadium, in fact, to see West Ham take on Manchester City, last year's champions, as they start their defence of the title, which they've won the last 2 years. They're looking for a hat-trick of titles, Pep Guardiola's men. Let's see the 2 lineups before we give you the action. So let's look at West Ham's first of all. They lined up with Fabianski in goal, Fredericks, Diop, Ogbonna and Creswell across the back. And then it was Noble and Declan Rice, the 2 holders, Snodgrass, Lanzini and Anderson. and Allaire up front. So essentially they're playing 4-2-3-1 this afternoon, with Antonio and Zabaleta, former Manchester City, on the bench. Manchester City with Edison in goal for them, and it was Kyle Walker, John Stones, Fernandinho and Zinchenko across the back. Midfield 3 of De Bruyne, Rodri and David Silva, and then 3 up front, Mahrez, Aguero and Sterling, and they were playing 4-3-3. A very attack-minded from Pep Guardiola. Let's join the action in the first half. Here's De Bruyne. Good running by De Bruyne. Oh, good save by Fabianski. Tremendous save. Well, the former Arsenal goalkeeper struck it superbly well. It was going in the near post, and Fabianski having to get across there and make a fantastic save. It's a City corner, and it's going to be De Bruyne to take it. 7 minutes gone then at the London Stadium. In it goes in there again, and the ball comes back out. Zinchenko here will take possession. Still Zinchenko! Good effort, just wide. Fantastic effort there. And just wide of the target. It was a lovely effort here from Zinchenko, but just lacked the accuracy. Oh, Sterling did well there. Rodri. Here's Aguero. And Aguero now has got Mahrez in. It's Riyad Mahrez. It's 1-0 to Manchester City. And it's Riyad Mahrez who gives Pep Guardiola's team the lead here on opening day at the London Stadium. And the City fans who are troubled down in their thousands, about 3,500 have travelled down from Manchester to East London this afternoon, have been rewarded for their trip, long trip over from the northwest of England. A tremendous effort. There's the shot. And again through Fabianski before he could get there. Fantastic effort. There's Pep Guardiola jumping. It's a marvellous goal. And Mahrez is off the mark for the season. It's 1-0 to Manchester City. Lanzini for West Ham, straight to Fernandinho here, and they could be punished here. Sergio Aguero. Kyle Walker. John Stones. They're playing the ball around very well here, City. They're passing it around with huge confidence. Here's Aguero. Oh, what a goal! And that is again a man really who's supremely confident. The Argentinian makes it 2. And the man who's a City legend forever and a day has just scored another magnificent goal that the City supporters will never forget. Here he is again, Zinchenko playing it into his path, and look at that, one touch to control, then bang with the right foot from all of 25-30 yards. West Ham will be furious. David Moyes will be furious for giving him even about 3 yards of space, and sometimes 3 yards is all these top players absolutely need. So City go 2 up just before the break, and they're looking very good at the moment. Aguero with the second. We'll see what West Ham can make of it now in this second half as we go into the opening few moments of that. We're about 2 minutes into the second half. Here's Felipe Anderson. And he's been allowed to run it. It's Anderson now. Oh, he should have done better. Should have tried to go across towards Edison's far left, right-hand post. He went near left and hit the side netting. Big chance wasted. Here's John Stones. City still comfortable, but they don't want to be making any mistakes. Here's Stones. Oh, he's running straight into trouble, and here's Anderson. And scores! And John Stones hangs his head in shame because it's his mistake there. And then Anderson won it, fed it in towards Sebastian Haller. And the man they've just signed from the Bundesliga has scored on his debut for West Ham. Sebastian Haller has pulled it back to 2-1. And West Ham, with just about 32 minutes left to play, are back in this game. So all of a sudden it's all back in the melting pot once again. City again has restarted, 2-1 up, but now under a lot of pressure. Here's Mahrez. Anderson now winning everything. Here's Declan Rice to Lanzini. Now Antonio, who's just come on as a substitute, and now Haller taking on all comers. This fella, he's in the mood. Haller! Oh, and how close he was to 2-2. Left foot rasper, and it would have beaten the goalkeeper, but the accuracy just lacked there for West Ham. Oh, it should have been 2 each. Into the last 6 minutes of the game. Walker, or Robert Haller, sorry, knocks the ball back in. Antonio Adebayo! Just half an inch away from making it 2-2, and one of the goals, even on opening day of the season, Oh, Nico Antonio, what a substitution that would have been from David Moyes. And that should have been 2-2. Ederson was beaten, there's no doubt about that. Oh, you just feel for West Ham there. They've really given it a good go in this second half. They still home in the game. There's still less than 2.5 minutes to go. So anything could still happen. Haller now. Still Haller. Zurich. And well covered again. Now Edison. Little dangerous there. De Bruyne's lost it there. And Anderson again, he's winning all those battles in midfield. Now then, Lanzini, can they make another chance count here? They've only got one more chance, I reckon, in here now. The ball knocked forward, punched away by the goalkeeper. City not clearing the lines properly. And still he might break. Good save by Edison. And there goes the whistle. City win it. But how West Ham came so mighty close to getting a deserved point. They played magnificently well second half. City went in front through goals from Mahrez and Aguero just before the break. But back came West Ham. They pulled one back through Haller, but they just couldn't get that equaliser. It's finished West Ham 1, Manchester City 2. So a winning start there for Manchester City, but I have to say it wasn't easy for them, as West Ham made it an absolute difficult second half for them, and should have snatched a point, maybe all three, the way they played in the second half. Our third match out of 5 takes us to Turf Moor now, still staying in the Saturdays because we're doing all this chronologically. Just before we move on to the Burnley game, just 2 more games after that. 2 more games after this, after the game we're going to show you now at Burnley. We've got Everton away at Crystal Palace, and then the best one to last, Manchester United at home to Chelsea. Should be a cracker of a game. But now we go to Turf Moor, where Burnley, who just about avoided a drop after finishing 7th the season before that, start their campaign against Southampton, with Jay Rodriguez potentially lining up against his old club. It was a terrific game, and it had the hallmarks rather been a tremendous game of football. There's no doubt about it. Burnley at Turf Moor, a very tough proposition. Southampton don't travel well down there, and they haven't won many times in the last few years. Would it be the same, or would Southampton shock the world with a win? Let's have a look at the teams. Well, let's look at the teams then, in a game that really turned out to be a real classic. Let's look at Burnley's lineup, with Jay Rodriguez actually on the bench, so he didn't start for this one. This is the team, with Nick Pope in goal, Matt Lelton, James Tarkowski, Ben Mee and Charlie Taylor, the usual back four. Then it's Henrik, Westwood, Cork and McNeil. The youngster has made a very good impression in the last 18 months. Wood and Barnes getting in the nod up front, with J Rod on the bench. That's Burnley's lineup. Let's look at Southampton's lineup, with Alex McCarthy in goal. And it's Walker Peters, Stevens, Bednarek and Bertrand across the back. Then it's Armstrong, Ward-Prowse, Obier and Redmond. And Danny Ings, the former Burnley striker, and Shane Long up front. So, plenty to look forward to then. Both teams matching up 4-4-2. And as I say, this game really did turn out to be a real classic. We're going to join the action now, about 5 minutes into the first half. Here comes Southampton with Armstrong. And Armstrong's ball towards Danny Ings, who should know every blade of grass here at Turf Moor. The ball played back there towards Obier. And Burnley struggling to get it away a little bit now. A chance here now, Redmond. Redmond's ball in. Obier's there, and it's straight at Pope. There may have been a slight deflection which made it awkward for the Burnley goalkeeper. And he did really well. Redmond. 21 minutes gone, and Obier takes control. Once again, there's the cross. And a chance there for Ings. Still might break. Ings is trying to retrieve the situation and then gets his shot off, and it's over the top of the crossbar. Little warning sign there for the Clarets here. They haven't really started the game well. They haven't really ventured into the Southampton half yet and forced a clear-cut opportunity onto the Saints yet. This is quite a worry from their point of view. 24 minutes gone. There's Pope. Nick Pope, the Burnley goalkeeper. So here comes the kick from Pope. Barnes jumping well, but can't find his strike partner, Chris Wood. Stevens. Play BA. And that's a good ball out towards the far side. And Armstrong is in acres of space over on the right-hand side. And the ball in there. Long! Oh, what a volley! What a volley that is from Shane Long! Well, he doesn't get many goals at all these days. But when they do, they are really good goals. And this one is no exception. This is magnificent. The technique to hit it right foot, full face on the volley from about 7 or 8 yards out. If you're striking like that, not even the best goalkeeper in England, which Nick Pope is at the moment, can do anything about them. Trouble for Sean Dyche's Burnley. Southampton, who don't normally travel well here, are in front. 40 minutes gone. This is Redmond for Southampton to Bertrand. They've had a tremendously good first half here. Still Bertrand. There's the cross. Armstrong! Oh, he's in the angle of post and bar, and Burnley escape. Armstrong so close to making it 2, and Burnley escape thanks to the help of the angle of the post and crossbar. And Redmond on the chase again. Lowton in pursuit, and Lowton has lost it, and Redmond's in behind. This is real trouble here for Burnley, who haven't got going at all. And then Ben Mee, almost kung fu style, hooks it away. And here's Dwight McNeil to Ashley Barnes. This is better from Burnley. McNeil to Wood. Lovely passing. Wood is in. Chance here. 1-1. Chris Wood. And maybe on balance of play, maybe Burnley scarcely deserve it, but what a classic move. Football at its very best. Good pass and move. Barnes to McNeil to Wood. 1-on-1 with McCarthy. No problem. One apiece. And Southampton will feel very, very disappointed about that, because they've been, you've got to say it, you've got to say it, they've been just about the better side, but Burnley, you can never count them out of any game, and they levelled just before the break. 1-1. Here's Nick Pope now, 5 minutes into the second half. One apiece, and Burnley are now starting to play a little bit better. And here's Henrik to Barnes. A lovely little dummy in there too. And here's one now up for his second goal if he can manage it. Here's Barnes! Good save! That's a tremendous save from Alex McCarthy. Wood worked it well, cut the ball back. Barnes hit it true on the left foot, and McCarthy stretched Armstrong, turning it away for the corner, which Woodswood's going to take. 24 in Clarendon Boy, 2-4-5 I can see, as you would expect. In there, Tarkowski's header, and it's wide, well wide in the end, to the frustrations of Sean Dyche there, the manager. There's the ball in, and Tarkowski there winning the header, but going wide. McNeil to Wood, and Wood is in the clear. He's got McNeil and Barnes to his left, and here's McNeil, good save. Tremendous save again from McCarthy as Burnley look to try and get their noses in front in this game. That's a marvellous save from McCarthy. With Dwight McNeil looked all poised to make it 2-1, the man who's just come to prominence in the last 18 months since graduating from Burnley's youth academy down at Gawthorpe. So corner kick to Burnley. Westwood to take. Here it comes, in it goes towards Tarkowski, who won another header, and then the ball hooked away by Southampton. Boufal to Ings. Boufal on Robert Redmond, and now Westwood's won it. 67 minutes gone, 23 to play, still one each. Redmond. Oibie. Here's Redmond, and he can hit them. Redmond wide. Just a little warning sign there for the Clarets that Southampton are not going away quietly. And Redmond, who's looked to Fred all afternoon, was very close to making it 2-1 to the Saints. And the former Saint Jay Rodriguez, who started his career here at Turf Moor, is now on. Ball played in there to the area, and a chance. Oh, and it was well done. I read the shot. Walker Peters had it. It was well repelled by Pope. And now Burnley starting to attack at the other end. And here's Jay Rodriguez. He's clean through. Will he take it on himself? He'll need some support, I think. McNeil blocked. Here's Rodriguez. What a story this could be. Rodriguez 2-1. with 10 minutes to play. The former Southampton man, the hometown boy, has put these beloved Clarets in front against the team he used to play for. What a story, and what a substitution from Sean Dyche. And this game, it couldn't get dramatic already, it already has more. It's 2-1 Burnley. Well, you just wonder what's going to happen next in this game. Here's Ings. Good turn over.
Substitution for Southampton coming off the pitch.
Well, it's drama upon drama here on opening day here at Turf Moor.
To be replaced by number 14.
It is almost being played like an FA Cup tie, this, from one end of the field to the other. Both teams going at it hammer and tongs. And right now, Southampton are responding brilliantly. Now Barnes, will Burnley respond with a third one? Not on this occasion. Here's Redmond. And here's Obafemi. Redmond is in the centre. Here's Redmond. 2-2! Nathan Redmond, with 2 minutes to go, has saved surely a point for the Saints. And probably they just about deserve that. They were marginally the better side in the first half. It's been a bit more from Burnley in the second. Burnley certainly shaded the second half, but never discount Southampton. And Ralph Husenhurtl's men have just probably salvaged a deserved point. No chance for Nick Pope there. It's 2-2. Dan's frustrated. But what a comeback from Southampton. Well, what a game this has been. A true spectacle, and all four sides of Turf Moor applauding all 22 players. Disappointment maybe from the Burnley side, having got back in front. Southampton took the lead for a great volley from Long, and then Wood and Rodriguez put Burnley in front, and then Redmond's late goal has saved Southampton a point. 2-2. So Burnley frustrated as the points are shared up at Turf Moor. 2-2 it finished, with Redmond getting the equaliser there. Now we move from Lancashire down to South East London, and Everton visiting Selhurst Park to take on Crystal Palace, whose manager Roy Hodgson, apparently 72-year-old, still going strong at that age. Not even Sir Alex Ferguson probably went that far, but having said all that, he's had a summer of contention, losing Wan-Bissaka to obviously Manchester United. But Everton under new manager Ancelotti knows that if he can get a good start together, maybe, just maybe, Everton might be in with a shout, possibly of a European spot this season. Let's take a look at the teams for this game. And here are the teams which proved out to be another classic down at Selhurst. So let's have a look. Vincent Gaeta is in goal for Palace. Ward, Tompkins, Cahill and Van Arnold at the back. It's Maya, Kiati, Milivojevic, MacArthur and Sahar in the midfield, with Ayew up front. 4-5-1 essentially for Roy Hodgson's side. As for Everton, with Pickford in goal, Sadibi, Mina, Holgate and Dean, the back four. Walcott, Sigurdsson, Schneiderlin and Bernard in the midfield four, with Charlison and Calvert-Lewin in the midfield, the two up front. So 4-4-2 for them. Let's join the action early on in the first half. It's 0-0 as we join. Here's Milivojevic, Saha. Plenty to aim for, and a good effort. I don't know if it was a cross-come shot, but Pickford absolutely put that one out the air. This is Bernard now for Everton. Schneiderlin, formerly of Manchester United and Southampton. This is Sigurdsson. Nice ball to Walcott. Plenty of space. He's got Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin in the middle with Richarlison, and the goalkeeper Guaita didn't read it that well, and in the end, he got away with it, and so too did Palace. This is Bernard now for Everton. Good football this now. This is Calvert-Lewin. Quarter of an hour gone. Good turn. And Sigurdsson. First time shot and a first time goal. Couldn't have hit that any sweeter if he tried. Gylfi Sigurdsson on the right foot. Bang. Into the net for 1-0 to Everton. Smashing goal this. Oh, Gaeta had to only wave that into the back of the net. He had absolutely no hope of saving that. And Everton off to a flyer. It's Crystal Palace 0, Everton 1, Sigurdsson the scorer. And that ball is played in there. Might fall for Milivojevic. He might fall for MacArthur. And again! Good save by Jordan Pickford. And the current England #1 trying to remind us all that he's not going to give that England place up without a fight with saves like that. Still a corner. Palace with it, and they're all played in. Tompkins, great save. Saha, 1-1. Jordan Pickford will be annoyed with that because he made a magnificent save there to deny James Tompkins. But sadly, it came back to Will Saha from his point of view. And maybe the defender on the line could have done better. But take nothing away from Saha's finish. And Crystal Palace have got themselves the equaliser. It's 1-1. Here's Richarlison. It's a good ball. And Walcott, look at him now. Walcott in acres of space, and Gaeta saved it. Gaeta has saved it. And maybe if Walcott had had his time again, he may have gone closer in. But Everton get a corner. And Sigurdsson to take. In there, Sidibe with the header, and it's headed away to safety here. Maya. Aya. Still Ayew. Oh, he turned nicely there. Still a chance. Oh, what a goal! What a goal by Jordan Ayew. 2-1 to Crystal Palace. And Salak spark explodes, and goal scorer and manager embrace each other over on the far touchline. Ayew, a real goal of sheer individual brilliance. Shimmied away from the defender, away from Mina, and Pickford got a glove on it, just couldn't keep it out. And right on the stroke of our time, Roy Hodgson and his Palace side go in front. Jordan Ayew with his first of the season, and Palace will surely go into the break 2-1 up. And here comes Ayew for Crystal Palace. In towards Milivojevic, good save by Jordan Pickford again. Keeping Everton in the game. Here's Walcott. And Sidibe is kept on side here. Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin. Oh, he's lost possession. And the ball back with Gaeta now for Crystal Palace. It's just a shame really, because that looked a very good move. But here's Sigurdsson winning the ball really well there for Everton. It's Gylfi Sigurdsson! No, just wide. It's a terrific effort from the Icelandic international. Good effort, just wide of the post. Here's Milivojevic. Saha. Oh, this man's full of tricks. Will Saha. He's past 2. He could be in here. It's Will Saha. It's 3-1. And that could be the final nail in Everton's coffin as regards this afternoon. There's the shot. Went right through Pickford. I think he might have got another glove on this. If he did, he could only just parry it into the top of the net, into the roof of the net. Frustration for Ancelotti. Delight for Wilfried Saha. That's his second goal of the game. And Everton look as if now they're sunk with just less than half an hour to go. Need a couple of goals to even get a draw out of this. Here's Walcott. Oh, he did well. Lovely skill there by the former England man. Calvert-Lewin. Oh, what a chance. And he knows it should have made it 3-2. And here's Sigurdsson. 7 minutes left to play. That's a nice ball. Beautifully weighted. Now then. Big chance here. Can Richarlison take it? Oh, no, he can't. He's pulled it wide. And that really sums up Everton's day. Richarlison clean through, and the Brazilian with his right foot drags it wide. Seconds remaining now. Can Everton get at least a consolation? Here's Richarlison. No, no. Another chance for him. He's had 2 opportunities in the space of 7 minutes and couldn't take both of them. And Palace survive and take all 3 points. Roy Hodgson shakes hands as the Homestyle Road end applaud their heroes off the field. There's the handshake between 2 old foes. and friends, I'm sure. Angelotti walks away, head bowed in frustration. Roy Hodgson, a delighted smile inside his soul, I'm sure. 2 goals for Will Sahar, 1 for Jordan Ayew after Sigurdsson had put Everton in front. Not to be for the Merseysiders, and it's Palace who take all the spoils. Crystal Palace 3, Everton 1. So a crushing defeat there for Everton, beaten 3-1 against Palace, who are a formidable side here over at Selhurst Park. We're going to stay on the Everton theme in a minute because before the big game that took place earlier this afternoon between Manchester United and Chelsea, before we bring you that one, let's go on to our little quiz that we're going to do every week, and it's a little teaser for you. It's Guess the Player, and this week it's an Everton player. Now what I'm going to do, I want the player's name, please. Now as you can see, he wears number 8, so that's a bit of a clue. I'm going to give you 3 cryptic clues. I'm going to give you 3 cryptic clues each week, but the rule is you cannot Google the answer, okay? And I'll tell you about the prize that you can, the people that, I'll tell you about the prizes and what wins them in a minute. But let me give you the clues. Now he's an Everton player, as you know, but that's not the clue. I'm going to give you 3 cryptic clues to this player. Clue 1, he was an England international and played in the World Cup, the last World Cup in 2018. Your second clue, his previous clubs include Aston Villa, Leeds United and Manchester City. And your third clue is he's a Yorkshireman and he plays in midfield. So I want to know who the player's name is. So you've got your 3 clues here. One is Yorkshire. Clue 1, he's from Yorkshire. 2, his previous clubs are Leeds United, Aston Villa and Manchester City. And 3rd, that he played for England in the 2018 World Cup. If you know who it is, drop a comment in the comments section below, and the first 5 correct entries will win £50. Will win 50 Johnny Bonds. Will win 50 Johnny Bonds. So 50 Johnny Bonds up for grabs for the first 5 correct answers to that, and we'll give you the answer next week in next week's program, and we'll tell you the names of the people that won the 50 Johnny Bonds each. The 5 correct answers that win 50 Johnny Bonds as well. And of course we'll pause you another teaser next week, as well as give you the answer next week of this one. So just to remind you, name of your if you know who it is, drop the name in the comment section below, and we'll announce the winners next week. So get thinking, and remember, don't Google it. Right, good luck with that. Good luck with the competition. Hopefully we'll get 5 correct answers next week. Anyway, on to our final game, and it's a cracker, and it sounds like a great prospect at Old Trafford. Manchester United under the charge of a game between 2 former legends of both teams. Manchester United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer became a legend for scoring that winning goal in 1999, and Chelsea, whose new manager Frank Lampard earned his managerial stripes last season at Derby and got them within 90 minutes of the Premier League themselves. This was always going to be a great battle, and as it turned out at 4:30 this afternoon, the atmosphere at Old Trafford normally was electric. Let's take a look at the 2 teams. 2 debutants, Maguire and Wan-Bissaka. Let's have a look with United with Dare in goal. Those 2 debutants, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Lindelof and Williams. There to make up the back 4. Fred and Matic. And then Pereira, Fernandes and James, with Martial preferred to Marcus Rashford up front. No place in the 18, in fact, for Marcus Rashford from Chelsea, with Elisa Balaga in goal. A back 4 of James, Souma, Rudiger and Azpilicueta. Midfield 3 of Kante, Jorginho and Kovacic. And then it's Hudson-Odoi, Ebran and Willian. Let's join the match. Early on in the first half, there's no score. Here's Willian for Chelsea. Loves to bound down that left-hand side. Kovacic into us. Tammy Abraham turned nicely. Oh, the angle was acute. He hit the post. Still not away yet from Manchester United's point of view. And then Jorginho had the free shot practically and smashed it into the Stretford end. So real opportunity that for Chelsea. And Kovacic, really in a nutshell, should have kept that down. It breaks nicely there for Kante. United just haven't got motor in here in this opening quarter of an hour. It's N'Golo Kante and a great save from David De Gea. Otherwise, that's 1-0 to the men from Stamford Bridge. In fact, it's wide. It didn't touch the goalkeeper. We're high up in the stand here at Old Trafford, right up on top of the roof of the gantry on the near side where the camera angle is. And I've got to say that you look from that naked eye up here on that gantry, it looked as if he'd saved it, but he hadn't. Here's Willian now for Chelsea. Again, acres of space, and Kovacic is arriving, and it's into the side netting. And De Gea again required to try and put him off or make some kind of a save. Now, did he get a glove on that? Oh, he got a merest of flicks to turn it into the side netting. And United trying to come forward, but they just can't get past that resolute Chelsea defence, and the flag has stayed down. William was onside as the ball was played. And Abraham was offside but wasn't interfering at the time. There's the header. Oh, and it's wide. And it's Karam Hudson-Odoi with a free header. Brandon Williams was nowhere. De Gea was beaten, but it beats the left-hand post. How unlucky can you get? And here's Karam Hudson-Odoi. It's all the same in the second half. It's Chelsea attacking. Good tackle there from Brandon Williams. He had to make that there, the young left back. The 2,500 Chelsea fans have come up the M1 this afternoon, hoping to see their team get 3 valuable points on the new management ship. Of course, Frank Lampard, who served his apprentice well, you may remember last year with Derby, got Derby within an ace of the Premier League, Promised Land. Here's the corner, into the air it goes. James is there. It comes to Kovacic. Hudson-Odoi. Kovacic again. Chelsea looking threatening every time they get the ball, and Kovacic is making a good run, and he's got himself into a shooting opportunity, and he's put it wide inexplicably. Well, that should have been the first goal for Chelsea. Kovacic did everything right, but the accuracy just wasn't there. Tammy Abraham, 67 minutes gone, and still Abraham. Oh, good play from Lindelof, but then he loses it, and it's N'Golo Kante now. Big chance there. Oh, he skied it. He skied it. Oh, we fated to see a goal this afternoon. Oh, we fated. Here's Michy Batshuayi. He's about to replace Tammy Abraham with the remaining 20 minutes. We've got 10 minutes to go. Willian. It's Chelsea laying siege to this United goal now. And it's in towards Karam Hudson-Odoi, and Brandon Williams did magnificently well to put him off. There you go. 2 added minutes. This will be the last chance now for any goal scoring. And there goes the full-time whistle. Frustration for Chelsea. They were the better side. United really didn't manage anything as a shot on goal. They were very disappointing. Just couldn't get into the game. They'll be happy with a point, I'm sure, Solskjaer's men. But Lampard will be a little bit disappointed he didn't take all 3. Final score in a disappointing game. United 0, Chelsea 0. So a disappointing 0-0 there between two teams that could have really produced a lot better. Better finishing, we may have had a 5-goal classic, but as it turned out, 0-0 and complete frustration on Old Trafford as both Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's United and Frank Lampard's Chelsea share a point each. Right, let's run down the scores of the league tables before we leave you this week, and let's have a look at the scores. As you saw at the start, Liverpool beat Norwich 3-0, very comfortable there, and you also saw West Ham almost get a point out against Manchester City winning that one 2-1. Elsewhere, Bournemouth 2, Sheffield United 2 in a very good game down at the Vitality. As you saw at Turf Moor, Burnley had victory snatched away at the last seconds by Southampton. 2 apiece that also finished, and Crystal Palace beating Everton 3-1. Elsewhere, Brighton were beaten 3-1 by Watford under Nigel Pearson. Tottenham beat newly promoted Aston Villa by 3-1. And then earlier today as well, Leicester and Wolves shared the points at 1-1 in a Midlands derby. And finally, Newcastle 1, Arsenal 2 was the score at St James's Park. And as you said, 0-0 there between United and Chelsea. And again, that really should have produced so much better. Let's look at the league tables then. Not really much to crow about, but Liverpool, Crystal Palace, Watford, Arsenal and Manchester City all share the top 6 spots. They're joint top. Southampton and Burnley have a point, along with Sheffield United, Bournemouth, Wolves and Leicester, Chelsea and Manchester United. The bottom 5 all yet to strike a mark. That's Newcastle, West Ham, Aston Villa, and on goal difference keeping Brighton, Everton and Norwich in the bottom 3. But a lot can change, that is for sure. Right, that is it from the kick-off match this week. I hope you take part in the little teaser that we set you earlier on in the programme, and we'll hope to see you again next week. From me, JB, take care and have a good weekend, and I'll see you next weekend. Bye bye.